so red.
Hello and welcome to our channel, Portugal on a Shoestring.
Just getting the diagonals in place on the veg patch fence. How we're doing it is we've cut the ends of the posts at an angle. This is about, I think it's about 35 degrees. We just marked it up and measured the angle. We're putting these brackets on. Now this one is for the bottom, so put that one on first because you won't be able to get to it once it's in place, and then we'll screw it to the upright posts, but we'll also put a long screw through the post and into this diagonal as well. Now those brackets will hold it quite well, but what we're also going to do is we're going to run a long 120mm screw right the way through, just to tie the two together as well. We want it to go in just below centre of the diagonal beam. And do exactly the same at the bottom of the diagonal as well. Okay, that's two braces done. The screws going all the way through and the brackets, make it nice and solid. I'll show you what this is one that's only braced at the bottom. So this is one that's in the middle of a run, and you'll see it's solid, but there's movement in it. This was the same, but now it's got the braces on. Absolutely no movement whatsoever. Now that's important because when we put the wire fence on, you need to tension it up to make it nice and tight. And if you tension it without these braces, it will gradually pull these over. So that stops that. The ones in between don't matter because they're just supporting the upright. It's only the ones in the corners. Right, we've got all the diagonal braces in place. Took a bit longer than we expected because we had loads and loads of rain and the garden has been absolutely swamped. So they're in place and we're about to start trying to get the fencing on. This is what's called hagro fencing. It's a fixed knot sheep fence type. It's high tensile, so if the boars do charge up against it, it will bounce back, it won't stretch. But as a consequence it's also very heavy and it's awkward to manipulate, so yeah, this should be fun. This is something I've never done before, so YouTube has been a useful resource with this. As regards cost, this is a 50-metre roll and it cost €87. The sheep fencing was about 45, so it's an extra 30 odd euros, but it's much heavier, so worth the investment, I think. The posts are all 8cm turned wood post, pressure treated. They were, I think, £6.50 each. I think they were. The whole lot come to about £300. You should get some gloves, really, because this is not nice to handle. To start it, what we need to do is tie it to this post. What you do, you have to strip off so much of it so that you've just got bare wire, and then tie it to the post. And to strip these wires off, all you do, you cut through these verticals. If you hold the little spiral bit with the pliers, you should be able to just loosen it like that. Now come off. Just repeat that all the way through. And then you have a single wire that we can then wrap around and tie off. I have to do that with the rest. Once you've got them all stripped off, just wrap them round the post and then round the line here. So, over. Wrap around a few times and that'll just lock it all into place. Try and get about 4 to 5 turns, I think. Once you're happy with how much you've got on, just snip off the excess. And then do that with each of them. To tighten this, use this clamp. This has been lent to us by someone. But it's basically just a couple of decent pieces of wood with various holes drilled through, and you just clamp it onto the fence. So we'll line it up where we want it. And you line it up, get it between the verticals. You don't want it gripping onto these because these slide along. You actually want to grip the horizontal wires. Oh, gone dizzy. Right, we've got the 2 hand winches. And we're just going to loop them round the end post and this tensioner. So, oh, we got it on. Thanks to my beautiful assistant. what I'm doing here basically is putting staples in pretty much everywhere I can on this one, just to tie it off, and then once all that's done you can actually release this tension, and you'll only have that much that's loose, which you can tension by hand. I'm putting them quite tight because I'm not really worried about expansion and contraction. It's only 30 metres of fence, it's not like hundreds of metres or anything. So you probably have, what was it, 1 degree of movement is 1/8 of an inch over 100 metres, so it's an inch or two movement. It's not going to hurt the fence. One off. The other one untensioned, but to get it off I'll need to take the clamp off. Right, for this end bit, what you can do, because you're only tensioning a small bit, just get your handle or your hammer, put it through and just pull it. And it'll tighten it up enough to take the tension. Just stretch it out first. Get your staple almost down, get some tension on it, hold it, finish your staple. That's nice and solid. Alright, next day. This is all tensioned up and clipped into the wood. So all we're going to do now is same as we did with the beginning. We'll strip off this and tie the wires around the post. That's the permanent fix in there. Let's crack on.
You can see the shine from the kitchen window. I really, it's so red.
I never thought to bring the hat down.
No. Well, it gets too sweaty on your hat, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
I've actually put too much on, I think.
Good bit on
The top of your ears. You just look like a massive, just red from the window.
Oh, good morning. The delivery for the brake parts is due this morning, so I thought I'd crack on with the brakes, make a start on stripping them down, and then when the actual delivery comes, hopefully this morning, we should be able to just get it banged on straight away. I'm not on the best of surfaces, but you work with what you've got. So I'll turn you around and we'll crack on. Right, to make it a bit easier to get the drum off, make sure your handbrake's off first, otherwise you'll never get it off. And then there's two holes with an M8 thread. Now I've got some stud bar and an adjuster foot. Just put a lock and nut on, and we should be able to just wind this off. You hear that? That was it breaking off the seal. Now it should come off relatively easy now, and that's gone. See? So we can take them off now. Right, I'll try not to get in your way while I'm doing this. But what you've got is a spring and a washer here, and it's on like a flattened peg. You do take a pair of pliers, reach around the back, and just push and turn, and it'll come off. That's how this is made. It's just a peg with a T-piece on the end. The spring goes on, and then the washer goes on and turns, and that locks it in place. And there we go. What I've got is it's called a flare spanner. It's 4 brakes. It has a slot in each end, and it grips the flare nut much tighter than an ordinary spanner. Less likelihood of damaging it. That's cracked off quite nicely. That's good. Let's get the bolts off. There we go. So at the back of the wheel, what you'd see is the pipe going into that hole. That's your bleed nipple, and these are your 2 mounting bolts. Oh, hang on, is this our delivery? Bon dia! To Dubai? See? See? E dois pacotes? Ah, obrigado. Obrigado. Brake cleaner, brake fluid. That's our replacement wheel cylinder. Brembo. So our replacement springs and brake shoes. Just start cleaning the stuff down first. Let's get the brake cylinder on. Well, we got all the brakes done and we're back at the station now. We're just waiting in the queue, and we'll see how we get on. I'll let you know what happens in a bit. Fingers crossed. Well, just went through. All he did was just test the things that had failed on last time. Cost €9.90, and yeah, got a pass certificate. We're good for another year now. Time to go home. Right, now we've got all the fencing around the vegetable garden. What we need to do is create a gate to suit it. So we've just got some, it's 25mm thick pressure treated wood, 100mm wide, and I've cut it all to size. We're just going to assemble a simple gate. Nothing fancy about it. Just get on with it. We've got the whole gate roughly assembled. The four corners, I've made sure they're square, and then I put 5 screws in each one. The ones in between I've just equally spaced, and we just put 1 screw in each just to hold them in place. This is going to be hinged on this side, so that's going to be the hinge side. So the brace needs to go from this corner down to this hinge. That way the weight of this end of the gate is pushed into the solid fixing of the hinge. Right, there. That's the fence done. Right, that's the gate done. Swings nicely. I've got to dig about a bit here just to clear the space because the ground slopes up. What we'll do is dig out a flat sort of area so that it'll swing properly. But good solid gate. We will put a mechanism on here to latch it, but we've got to put a block of wood here, and we've got to put some stops on this post to give it something to hit against. But otherwise, yeah, that's it. Hopefully that'll keep the piggies out. We are going to be putting tiles all around the bottom to stop them burrowing and things like that. But that's an ongoing thing. This is the main thing where we got the fence in and we've got this in. The wood for the gate cost, it was 6 lengths for 2 meters by 100 mil, and they were, I think they were £4 each or €4 each, plus the hinges, which Phil and Jane from Hockey's Portugal kindly brought me back from the UK because I couldn't find cranked hinges over here. £7 or £8 each, so 14. The latch was £5. So the whole thing has cost around about €50, £50. I mean, we could have got a cheaper one, could have made a much cheaper one, but at the end of the day, this is to stop wild boar getting in, and they're not little. These things are about 100 kilos, so them smacking into something, it's got to be fairly strong. That's why I've used the more expensive wire on the fencing and 8cm posts. A lot of people around here, they'll use 4 or 5cm posts, which are fine for keeping a dog off or something like that, but for a boar, they'll just push them over. That's pretty much it. I've got more important things to get on with at the moment, but this is sort of workable, and for now that's it. We'll improve it later, but for now we're done. Right, onwards and upwards.